So I read nothing today as far as Shorty September is concerned. But I did finish my read aloud with the kids, which was The City of Ember by Jean DeProw. This is a reread for me, but I don't remember the rest of the series. I remember the first book pretty well, and I have like an image for like what comes next. But there's 3 more books, and I couldn't tell you what's next. Anyway, so the kids and I were reading it together. There's this show on Netflix called Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beasts, and in it, it's like a post-apocalyptic kind of show where like the surface of the earth has been somehow altered. So like civilization has crumbled, and all the animals have mutated, and like they run the surface. And so the humans, Kipo is actually from a burrow that gets attacked by this like mutant mega mute monkey, and she gets separated from like her people, and now she's on the surface and has to survive. My kids love that show, so that made me think of The City of Ember, in which we have some post-apocalyptic civilization living underground and coming to the surface. So that's our read aloud. They really liked it. Like, I haven't seen my kids this excited to continue a book series in a long time. And usually Oliver, like even with this one, he's liking the story, but like 1 chapter, 2 chapters, and he's like, okay, are we done? Can we go do something else? Today he was like, keep going. Both of them, keep going. And when I read the last line, oh, Owen goes, what? And they know, they were prepared for some sort of cliffhanger and ending because they know there's 3 more books. So we're going to New Hampshire this weekend, and they've already requested that we get the audiobook for the second book for the 3.5-hour ride. So that's the plan.
A solid-built man dressed all in black, and most notably a black overcoat, sits on a bench among the trees.
I'm going to do a really quick library haul from the car. First, with the holds that I'm picking up, Psycho by Robert Bloch. Psycho. And along with that, the movie, which I don't think I've ever seen in its entirety. And who can guess the inspiration for this library pickup? It's Karen. Of course it's Karen. And then to go with the book I finished with the kids, there's the graphic novel version of The City of Ember Owen wanted to check out. So I feel like these graphic novel versions of books never give you the full story, so it's something I would only read if I've already read the full novel. And so we finished the novel. I told Owen this existed, and he wanted a copy. And the DVD, we're going to do a movie night tonight. The kids are pretty excited. I did warn them that it's probably not very good since they didn't finish the series. And then these 2 were on display. They jumped out to me, middle grades, so that looks like it's more than 200 pages, but it should be a quick read if I wanted to add it to September. It's Felice and the Wailing Woman. This is about the daughter of La Llorona. And the skull
This says, this is an old story. It's about a girl named Otila who runs away. It's also about a house in the woods and a skull who lives there. And a secret the skull has, and the night that Otila finds out what that secret is. Very quick read, it looks like. But very fall or autumnal. So, okay, left the kids at a library event for teens. My babies are teens. And now I gotta go run to the store to buy Nate a birthday gift. And just realized the AC is on in the car because, hot. And so I hope you heard that. Birthday gift is bought. And so I think the last thing to talk about is what I'm listening to right now. This is for my half and half shorts. Totally forgot, but I was browsing through my library, saved favorite audiobooks on the Hoopla app, and I saw The Boys, which is a graphic audio version of a comic or graphic novel series. I like graphic audios a lot. It's like listening to a movie. I think they have a tagline or something too. It's like, it's a movie inside your head or something like that. So The Boys is a Amazon Prime TV, Prime series. And basically it's about superheroes, but the superheroes are bad guys, if that makes sense. So I'm a quarter of the way through the audiobook at this point. I thought I would be further. It's 10 to 4. I thought I would be further along. But Owen ended up running errands with me today, and I cannot listen to this with my child in the car. It is vulgar. It is graphically violent and graphically sexual. So, that slowed down my listening. I briefly had thumbed through the graphic novel once. There's a library close by that their adult graphic novels are shelved with their teen graphic novels, right outside of the teen fiction section of the library. So I was really surprised to see it there because as soon as I opened it, it was pretty graphic sex on the page. And part of me was like, oh my gosh, the children, and I don't want to be that person, but it was pretty graphic, and it was it's very much an adult series, and it was in the teen section, and now I know that that's because they just shelved them together. Our local library, which is where the kids are now, they have three sections for graphic novels. Well, actually, it is 4. I just learned that today because I couldn't find the City of Ember one. So they have a children's graphic novel section, and I guess they've only recently just started splitting it. So now there's a middle fiction section. There's hardly any there, but along a separate wall nearby. And then upstairs they have teen graphic novels in their teen room, and then downstairs in the adult fiction they have adult graphic novels. So I appreciate that they are sorting them appropriately. Not that I would restrict or try to limit who can read what. I just think it helps to have them sorted so you know what you're getting into, so it's not an accidental read for anyone who is not ready. Because I wasn't ready. The first time I thumbed through it, I was not ready. So, The Boys. I did not get to finish it today because, it is rough.
It is rough. The sexual assault is rampant. The misogyny is rampant. Like, I was intrigued by the trailer for the show. Um, it is for dudes for sure. So I haven't finished it. I'll probably finish it tomorrow when I am folding and packing, and then we are New Hampshire bound.
Big Game and the others landed on the street as the other four slowed to a stop into stances that suggested an immediate confrontation.
What's the matter? Weren't expecting us, huh?
Butcher offered a shrug as Mother's Milk balled his hands into fists. Frenchie slipped his goggles over his eyes, the female stared through strands of her hair, and Huey looked on, terrified. Butcher wiped away tears from his right eye as an evil smile was born across his face.
God almighty. Oh, all right, boys. Let's give him a fucking spanking.
Butcher started to walk up the street, and Frenchie, the female, and Mother's Milk followed.
We made it to my in-laws' house, so let me just wrap up this vlog, and I'll probably edit at some point this evening. If you hear a loud crash, there is an intense thunderstorm like right on us. But yeah, finished listening to the graphic audio. I might listen on to volume 2. I don't know. I haven't decided. So it's basically a vigilante story where there's a group of regular people who hate the power and arrogance and corruption that these superheroes have. Gives you a little bit of information on how superheroes came to be. Some scientists basically playing with DNA. And so these regular people are also injecting themselves in order to put up a fight against the superheroes. But so they're using like a synthetic form that doesn't last forever, where the superheroes are like back in the early days, like it actually altered their DNA and made it like a genetic inheritable trait. I guess that's the difference. So yeah, basically it's a vigilante story, and I find that intriguing. They're like doing bad for good reasons. Like, they are very violent and they're rough, but they're doing it because the other group is so corrupt and needs, you know, to be checked. So being an omnibus, there's several volumes, and then each volume even is several issues of like that's how comic gets collected. Several issues become a volume, and then several volumes become like the omnibus. So it's almost like a series of short stories. Like, there are several different like plots that get followed, and several different like conflicts and storylines. So that first one, that was like really like yikes. Basically they were collecting like blackmail materials against the superheroes because they have this public protector face that like bad PR is like takes them down, and so that's why the character had to kind of like go into these like orgies and whatever else was going on and collect video and collect blackmail materials. So it was really rough. The last part I had no interest in, but like I said, because of the way comic series and graphic novel series are formatted, I'm kind of intrigued enough to watch the show, yes, but to also see like what comes next in the story. I didn't love it. I did look up some of the artwork just to like visualize the characters better. And it's not like an art style that I'm like, oh, I need to read physically, eyeballs read. I think I'm okay listening to it. It was like a 4.5 hour listen. When I plugged it in on Storygraph, I saw that the actual omnibus is like 380-ish pages. So not quite a shorty, except that it's, you know, a visual story. Also with the omnibuses, you get like several pages of like concept art and like alternate covers, so that takes up some. And yeah, the audio was only like 4.5 hours, so I'm counting as a shorty. Tonight I will probably headphones on my laptop watch at least the first episode of the show. And that is my half and half shorts. Bye.